Kindergarten Math Magic, a journey into numerical wonder. Hello and welcome. I am Susan, a proud kindergarten teacher at Classical Charter School of Whiteville. Today, I'm excited to take you on a journey through the fascinating world of kindergarten mathematics. Let's start by exploring the major focuses and revisions in the kindergarten math curriculum. The 2017 updates to math learning for kindergarten through second grade are like a snapshot, showing the big areas we focus on and what's changed in the curriculum for kindergarten, what we mainly concentrate on. And these are as educators, our standards of teaching that we have to focus on for mathematics. Numbers and basic math is what we begin with in kindergarten, learning about numbers, counting and adding and subtracting small numbers, shapes and spaces, figuring out shapes and how they fit together, and understanding basic spatial ideas. Measuring and data, learning about lengths, weights, time, and also how to look and understand simple data. We also focus on in kindergarten patterns and starting algebra with recognizing patterns and simple sequences and getting ready for more advanced math later on. The changes that is made in the standard curriculum usually aim to make the learning path smoother and clearer for our students. And the revisions might involve something as simple as adjusting the order of the topics, which will make learning goals clearer, including more problem solving and real life for the student. Also, I've listed at the end of this video the standards for parents, and there's like 3 pages of the standards for mathematics that you can take a look of and see what your child maybe help them to be working these standards working on at home as well, to be also incorporating the learning outside the classroom. Okay, let's take a look at the standards of the mathematical practice. In our class, we help students develop important ways of thinking when it comes to math. And some of these ways or implications include problem solving by figuring out solutions to math puzzles and challenges. The implications are reasoning, such as thinking logically and explaining why something makes sense in math. Also, one of the mathematical practices we use, a very, very important one, is by modeling, using math to understand and solve the real world problems. We also use the standards in our teaching by teaching the students to understand how to use the tools such as rulers or calculators to help them with math. One of the implications in our teachings is precision, being careful and accurate when doing math, seeing patterns, noticing and understanding repeating patterns in math. And we could teachers also use this across the board in other subjects, like things that are going on, like maybe in science, noticing patterns, like patterns in the weather, which is another way. Practice would be that's such as making connections, linking different math ideas together to better understand them. We communicate, share math ideas clearly with others. By focusing on these implications, we help students become better and more confident math thinkers. Okay, let's take a look at the domain progressions. It's a very, very important one. Understanding the progression of domains is crucial for effective teaching. I'm going to give you an example. We're going to look at a standard. Let's pick one of the levels of progression. We'll pick the second one, operations and algebraic thinking. In this specific standard, we are focusing on using addition and subtraction within 20 to solve a word problem involving situations of adding to, taking from, putting together, or taking apart, and comparing with unknowns and oppositions by using objects, drawings, and equations with a symbol for the unknown number to represent the problem. Okay, so I'm going to start out by talking about the steps across the grades, and I'm going to do kindergarten through second grade in the progressions in the learning, the steps across the grades in the learning progression for this standard. For this standard, when we're starting in kindergarten, the level of progression starts out pretty simple with addition and subtraction concepts through hands-on. And as we know, at that age, very young learners learn best through hands-on with manipulatives such as like maybe the bear counters, pattern blocks. Just manipulatives and simple word problems are introduced. Students learn to represent addition and subtraction situation using objects, drawings, and basic equations. Moving on up to first grade, it builds on the kindergarten skills by introducing word problems involving addition and subtraction within 20. And then students began solving word problems by acting out situations, drawing representations, and using simple equations with unknowns. Moving up to second grade, that level deepens just a little more. Understanding of the addition and subtraction within 20 through more complex word problems. And students learn to actually solve the word problems involving adding to, taking from, putting together, taking apart, and comparing using various strategies, including drawings, equations, and mental math. It's very important for teachers to have this information because it helps them understand the developmental progression of the students, their mathematical thinking within the operations and algebraic thinking domain. By knowing the steps across the grade levels for this standard, teachers can um, plan for instruction that scaffolds learning appropriately, ensuring that students build upon prior knowledge and skills. They select and adapt instructional materials and strategies to meet the diverse needs of students at different grade levels. It also provides targeted support and interventions for students who may be struggling with some of the concept or skills. It also assesses students' progression effectively by aligning assessments with the learning progression and identifying areas for growth. All right, and taking a look at instructional implications, um, this lets us teach the standards more effectively by using manipulatives for counting. And that's like giving student the objects like the bear counters or the block counters to physically count and understand the numbers. And story problems, for the thinking, it allows them to create problems that they can relate to real life situations, because when they relate to these real life situations, it helps them to better understand the concepts. In real world measurement activities, the students actually engage in measuring objects in the classroom, such as their desk or various items. And this helps them apply the measurement skills. In shape recognition, in the classroom, we play games where students actually identify and classify shapes in different concepts, helping them understand geometry concepts. By using these strategies, we can make learning more interactive, more meaningful for our students, and more engaging. Math should be fun. All right, now let's take a look at some tools that teachers can utilize in the classroom to enhance this math instruction. Of course, importantly, in the kindergarten classroom, every day we use the math manipulatives, and these are actually, physical objects like blocks, the counters we keep talking about, geometric shapes that teachers can help the students to use to visualize and understand mathematical concepts. I can't say enough and stress how important a visual item is, because we um, young students are visual learners. We move on to math games and apps. Teachers, as teachers, we incorporate interactive games and apps into the lesson to make this learning math enjoyable and engaging, while also reinforcing key concepts. We incorporate math websites and online resources. There are numerous of websites and online platforms that offer math tutorials, practice exercises, and interactive lessons that provide additional resources to support the teaching. Math workbooks and the worksheets, so, the traditional source that we use. It offers a more structured practice opportunity for the students. It also reinforces concepts that are learned in the classroom. And once again, I think I said that visual aids are highly important. Young students, all students are visual learners. So the posters that they can actually see, diagrams, charts in the classroom to show mathematical concepts, allowing it to be more understandable for the student. And of course, you see a lot of this in our kindergarten classroom math literature, little stories that incorporate math themes. This helps contextualize the math concept and make, once again, math more engaging for the young learner. And certainly not least, but more important, the assessment tools are important. This includes quizzes, tests, rubrics that as educators we use to assess the students' understanding and then monitor their progress. This enables them to us as educators to identify where they need additional help or support. Um, by utilizing these tools effectively, as educators, we create a dynamic and a supportive learning environment that fosters mathematical understanding and proficiency. Um, all right. I threw in a little quote that I have enjoyed throughout my years as an educator. And this says, with math, you can explore new worlds without ever leaving your classroom. I'm not sure who wrote that. It says it was unknown, but more than likely it was an educator. In conclusion, I would like to thank you very much for joining me on this magical journey adventure. By implementing these strategies and staying informed, we can empower our kindergarten students to become mathematically fluid individuals. And I would like to also throw in there to enjoy math. Math can be fun. Here are a few resources that I have added to aid the parents in supporting their child's mathematical journey. Don't forget, though, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are a wealth of resources out there for you to assist you and your child as you navigate through the world of mathematics. And here are a list of my resources. And once again, thank you for watching.